Welcome everybody to the MIT ADT podcast. On this episode, I would like to welcome Dr. Sanjay Arora. Sir has a 39 years of experience in advertising, 30 years of experience in academics. He's a consultant for many of the companies. He's also an Insta influencer and also a yoga instructor. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you so very much, ma'am, for having me on this podcast.
So my first question to you is, what are the key factors for staying ahead in today's marketing landscape?
The key factors, I believe, have always been the same. You understand a human being. At my session here also, I was saying the same thing. Everything else is a tool. The tool is important. Tools will keep changing. Human wants and needs will always remain the same. Your need for fame. Yesterday it was fulfilled by a newspaper. Then came the television. You wanted to be on the radio. Today it's Instagram. So basic need for being known, liked by other people remains absolutely the same. Human beings will remain human beings. Marketing is the fulcrum which targets human beings, right? And if you can understand that, everything else that goes along with it, as I said, the tools will keep changing. Master those tools to achieve and accomplish the goal that you have, which is to influence a human being and ensure that he becomes your brand loyal customer, if I may put it that way. So primarily, marketing is all about human beings. You understand human beings, you understood half of marketing, and then you need to understand the tools to influence that human being. That's about it.
How crucial are data analytics and market research for effective marketing campaigns, and how does Shell's advertising use them?
Okay, so if you look at the evolution of marketing, it started with intuition. The copywriters of yore, the advertising agencies of yore, the marketers of yore would basically try and do a lot of guesswork into what will appeal to a customer, what kind of a product would appeal to a customer, what kind of communication would appeal to a customer. But as things evolved, you realize that this was pretty inaccurate, and therefore it would be a hit and miss game. And therefore, the first thing that we saw coming in was research. So understanding human beings. So of course, this didn't just happen in market research. It happened in behavioral economics and other forms of research also. All the elements of anthropology, behavioral, everything, psychology, they all feed into the marketing think process. And when that was understood better, and then came media which could be really targeted. So initially you had direct mail. Direct mail was measurable, and therefore you could figure out what appeals would make. So today we do A/B testing on digital. Okay, so that's an evolution. The tool has changed. Earlier we used to do it with direct mail. Direct mail, you would send different copies, different designs to different sets of consumers, which were basically the same profile, and you would look at which headline made a better impact, which got better conversions, and then you would translate the learnings from there to mainline media. Okay, so that was your A/B testing then. Today, data analytics means I can crunch not just a little data, but data of humongous amounts and come up with clear indicators which are measurable as to what will get me what kind of results, what are people doing, why are they doing that, etc., etc. So we ultimately are evolving the technologies to make if I may put it that way, marketing more waste-free, less wasteful, if I may, and therefore more effective. That's all that is happening today.
Yes, sir. So how is traditional marketing methods evolving alongside digital platforms, and what's the role in modern strategies?
As I have been repeating this, I think fundamentally, human beings, marketing, they have to interface. So you have various tools coming in between. Till yesterday, we started with advertising, actually started with outdoor. So there was huge signages. You go back to Roman times, there were rocks with carved stuff, etc., names of what was to be sold. Then came Gutenberg press, and then print media. So you started influencing people through print media. From print media came radio first, radio said television, and each was an evolutionary step. And then now digital. So I was screaming hoarse about 15 years ago to even at newspaper conferences that you have to do something about this, because the revenue to print is reducing. 3 years ago, we saw digital advertising revenue in India exceed print revenue. And today, I guess it's even higher than television revenue. So this digital is drawing the most amount of money. What attracts the most money? Which brings the most results. So digital advertising is here to stay. So digital technologies, in terms of as far as marketing is concerned, have in a way overshadowed your traditional marketing, but they will continue to coexist. It is not that they will become completely irrelevant, but the force multiplier today is digital.
Okay, sir. So what are the challenges company face in staying ahead in marketing?
Challenges, again, if you ask me, okay, there has been a shift in challenges in a way that once upon a time, every category had 3 or 4 players, one of them the leader, a Coke or Pepsi, and another 1 or 2 players. Today, every category has to look at large number of competitors, huge competition. The stakes are higher, the competition is more, and the method of delivery has changed totally. So you have to master the e-com route also. And initially, you were competing only against the, if you were in a small town and you were making shoes, you probably were competing only in the next guy who was making shoes in your city. Then markets evolved and you were competing against the best in the nations because logistics was also improving. Today, for any product category, you have to compete globally. Even if you're making something in a town called Pune, you have to look at China से जो आ रहा है वो सस्ता है, कैसा है, कितना अच्छा है, नहीं है. So you're looking at any city you are in, you are not isolated from global competition today. And online, of course, everything has to be the, as far as competition is concerned, competitive with the best that's available internationally. So that's the change that has happened. So global marketplace, global competition.
Yeah. So what are the emerging trends you will predict and will impact the marketing industry?
Basically, we are all seeing that evolution process accelerate. So it took, I don't have the numbers off my cuff, if it took 20 years for radio to sell, say, 50 million units, iPod sold that in the first year itself, 50 million units. If I may be wrong with the figures there. So this pace of change the change is happening, but the pace of change is accelerating by the day. That speed is increasing. So within 1 month of the launch of the first AI, ChatGPT, I believe it was downloaded more than anything else ever in that speed earlier. So the more the technology is changing, even the speed of adoption is becoming faster. Things are changing faster. The companies have to be more agile. The learning curve has reduced. If you don't learn fast, you fall by the wayside.
Definitely.
That's what is happening.
Okay, sir. So what are your impression on the conference held at MIT ADT University?
I have been coming, this is my second year at this conference, meaning last year national conference also I was here. And I see an evolution here also in the kind of arrangements, in the kind of speakers, etc. And I believe it's a brilliant exposure to these young students here when people from so many different corners of the country come here with different kinds of knowledges. So there was someone speaking about logistics, someone speaking about only LinkedIn. I met a few people. So specializations of various kinds, industries, domains, etc. And you are sitting here and you get interface with the best in the country from all of these experts. It's such a beautiful thing. My only suggestion is this has been divided into various tracks. So each session has about 50, 60 students. So the rest are missing out on a lot. So these guys who were sitting here may have missed out something else. Those guys may have missed out. Can it not be a combined audience where all of them get the benefit of all of these people? So that's my suggestion to the management here.
Okay, sir. We'll work on it. Any advice or any tip would you like to give to MIT ADT students?
The tip is very simple. It's always been the same. These 2 or 5 years, if you're doing a BBA to MBA, or if you're doing an MBA 2 years, should be focused only on learning. And learning doesn't mean only books. That's the best. Learning is beyond books. So books to padna hai, textbook nahi. You have to read as much as you can. Today the world is open. You can listen to a Harvard professor ka lecture. You can listen to a Yale ka lecture. So there are no limitations. There are times, one wouldn't even get international books. Forget lectures directly from these eminent people. Even basic books availability was an issue. To the time when everything is available to you, and also couple it with hands-on experience. Nothing teaches you more than hands-on experience. I always say, when you come out of an MBA, you're kind of, please don't mind my saying this, useless to me. Then after that, the real learning begins. So can you not couple it with your academics and go out there and work while you're studying too? What that dimension is something which is unequaled in any kind of, academics will not give you that. So yeah, this is my advice to you.
Thank you, sir. It is really good speaking to you.
My pleasure, ma'am. Thank you so very much for having me here.